me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now, I'm gonna make you bleed out. Listen on repeat now and weed out all the weakness.
Boom.
We did it. Oh, there's a whole human watching already.
It's 2 humans. Actually, it's 3 because you don't have your phone on. So let me go ahead and get the share.
I should hit the shares.
That would
Share
be
button.
that would-
5 whole humans. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, we're up to 6 whole humans.
Woo! Knocking it out the
Well,
park,
actually,
buddy.
It's more of like 5.5 because I'm just half a human at this point, according to the VA.
Mm.
That's fine.
According to my doctor, I am 2 whole humans.
Really?
Yep. It's 2 of us.
Oh, I was thinking you had a baby for a minute. I was like,
Oh,
my
the
goodness.
fuck? Are you crazy?
I was really excited.
You just made me. I'm like,
I was excited.
I was not excited. I would, oh my God. I thought Janet was crazy having a baby at 50. I couldn't even imagine having a baby. Are you killing me? Oh my God.
If you don't want
Oh,
I want a peanut.
I really just want to get up and just walk out and close the door now.
My wife said no more peanuts, but I want a peanut.
Oh my God. Said a baby. Are you crazy?
Yeah, she thinks I'm crazy. Meat freak, neighbor. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, buddy?
I'll tell you, soon there's going to be a live of me eating at Meat Freaks. It's going to be on my account. That way Mickey can't say he needs his 35%.
He gonna have you down there wrestling gators in a G-string.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
then he
that
gonna
to
want his
people in Florida.
35%.
I'm not doing that to people in Florida. Like, my arms. One great thing about being in the Army, they give you a farmer's tan that lasts for life. If it's not covered by a t-shirt or pants, it's like looking into the sun.
I know
I
Mickey
swear.
said I can't leave them alone for 5 minutes.
I swear. Like, Clack saw it the other day. He stopped by my place. I
What,
walked
your
out in
G-string?
shorts. Huh?
Your G-string?
No, I was in basketball shorts. I walked out, and he could see the reflection off my legs, like painting some of the houses down the block. It was. He didn't think that was possible. I'm like, nah, it very much is, good sir.
Anywho,
Well, we got 18. We can go ahead and start. So, guess what I had a problem with earlier this week?
well, if like you ask me questions and you say, "Oh, be honest with me, Auntie Judy."
No.
Oh.
No, there has been zero communication since that day.
I mean, you said, and did you have, other than that, I'm totally clueless and don't know.
So, I was transferring some firearms.
Oh, okay.
One to my father-in-law,
Mhm.
And then one to my daughter.
Okay.
Doing it legally.
Legally, the right way. The right way is the only way.
I'm a big proponent of, do things legally. I'm here in Michigan.
Are you the member of the NRA?
No.
Oh, you suck. Am I like the only black person that you know that halfway likes the NRA?
I know a few.
Okay.
I know a few.
I said halfway.
Like, also good loving Richard from Las Vegas I play games with. He's an NRA member.
Mm-hmm.
He also pays into the GOA as a paying member.
Mm.
But no, so doing things the right way. Michigan has a law that you must register pistols.
Okay.
It is a misdemeanor if you do not.
Okay.
And if I'm going to be a firearm owner, if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to be sure I'm following the letter of the law inside and out.
Right.
So I take the paperwork to the sheriff's department because my daughter's not 21, so she has to have a pistol purchase permit. And the granting authority here in Genesee County is the sheriff's department, the records office. So
Okay.
you're in there, and they asked me for the serial. I'm like, shit, I don't have that on me right now.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, we can just look it up. They go to look it up. Only 2 of my pistols are registered.
Mm.
Now, mind you, March of 23, I took everything that I had bought and inherited from my father to the city of Flint police department, turned in all these RI 60s.
If you was black, you would have went to jail.
I don't know. But yeah, I straight up told the lady there, like, I turned these into Flint. What the? And she's like, please don't cuss me out.
It got shuffled in the paperwork, sir. Please move to the back of the line.
Oh no, this is the sheriff's department. So it was completely different.
Oh.
She goes, please don't cuss me. I'm like, I'm not cussing at you, ma'am. I'm just in the state right now. If I'm cussing, it's
Not because of you, right?
And she goes, oh, okay, I understand. The city of Flint sucks at these. I'm sitting here going, had I been pulled over at any point in time with my everyday carry on me, I would have gone to jail. I would have been fined. I would have been jailed. I would have to pay court fees and then pay to get my property back. Oh, shit. How about I bring this over here?
You think that would be nice if you could hear a microphone.
Right. So I'm just shocked and amazed, especially with all the gun violence we've been having lately.
Somebody just got killed earlier today.
2 teenagers, someone there, and then I think I heard of 2 people last night, right?
2 people, 2 young boys.
Yeah, what,
yesterday
12 and
morning.
16?
Yesterday morning, before day. Then it was another killing somewhere.
Yeah, that's just this week.
Then we had, when did the baby fall out the window? Was that this week?
That was last week.
Okay, that was last week. So I think we've had 4 murders so far this week.
Don't forget about the shooting where the 4-year-old and 6-year-old were in the house. Thankfully, they weren't hit.
Right, but they just had allegedly, I think it's almost confirmed, they just had a shooting on the north side. I don't know where, because Pearson Road is quite a long street. But
I mean, if you follow the city of Flint's code, the north side, I technically live on the north side according to Neely.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to say north of Clio Road.
Okay.
Let's go that way. So it's allegedly someone it was a shootout earlier this morning with automatic rifles. I mean, we can solve that crime here on 810. I'm just playing.
No,
it's just a joke. I was just wondering if Mickey was watching. I was waiting.
If there's automatic rifles,
I was waiting for Mickey to come in the comments like, yo, like
fuck
shut
we
the
are.
program down.
But no, with all these problems that we have with firearm violence here in Flint, with violence, period, you'd think that they'd follow these laws.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote my council person. Well, technically my council person. I don't know what these damn boundaries. Apparently, I'm still in the 6th until 26.
Okay.
So I wrote Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
I called her. I told her what's up. She's like, write me an email.
Mm-hmm.
I go, Miss Tanya. And I let her know the entire story and showed her my evidence that, yes, I took in the RI 60s, these little forms of paper saying, hey, I have registered my firearms, but the city of Flint didn't, put it into the state police database, which they have 10 days to do so. So she is on my behalf filing a formal complaint to Chief Green and a formal complaint with the ombudsperson.
Look at you knowing some people. You go ahead.
That just pisses me off. Is it because I'm with 810? Is it because I'm so critical of Neely that some very important paperwork ends up missing? Or is this just general incompetence on behalf of...
It's because she's doing her job.
Who? I'm talking about the fact that my guns never got put in.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the fact that she was doing the.
Oh no, Miss Tanya, she's always doing her job,
She's doing her job.
even on days off. But my question is, why wasn't this done properly the first time? I mean, unless it's say a certain officer Booth throwing his junk in a woman's face, no one seems to care in that police department. It's disgusting. So I'm hoping something actually gets done about it. Chief Green needs to take responsibility. He needs to step up and say, I'm in charge. This department's not running right, and I will fix it. We'll see if he actually does. I mean, he's the same guy who doesn't understand firearm classification. He's the same guy who, while he has all the resources in the fucking world, still decides to talk on things he doesn't know about, like C4. He's a pretty shitty police chief, in my opinion. I don't know.
Agree.
Maybe we can get lucky enough to see Sheriff Swanson just come in and take over the City of Flint Police Department, because we don't have the resources. I mean, shit. Why are we getting a $2 million grant for new vehicles? The vehicles they have are pretty fucking new as they are.
I thought it was 22 million.
22? Jesus Christ, that's even more. You see what I mean by that? Oh, Anthony, homicide on Pearson and Fleming.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, fam. Yep. So that's the one I was talking about. I said it was allegedly. So, and it's been
Confirmedly
confirmed.
now.
Yep. So if was that, I think it was I'm not even gonna say the color of the house, but yeah, I seen it, and like I said, I heard it was automatic rifle shootout already today.
Imagine.
And it's just Friday. Weekend just started.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to living down the street from Rubes this weekend. Oh, last night I heard a burst go off. I stepped out onto my porch with my binoculars.
My dogs,
Poor Louie and Polo.
They cannot take it.
They don't know what's going on.
They cannot take it. They used to looking outside and seeing, the turkeys and the bunny rabbits, and now they see groundhogs, skunks, and possums, and they are losing their damn mind.
Oh,
and you seen them, so you know that they are losing their damn mind.
Them groundhogs, skunks, and possums going to be hunting your dogs. I mean, earlier this week, I heard something banging on my roof. I thought someone was trying to break in. I step out. There's 2 20-pound raccoons fighting on my roof. One of them's hanging off the fucking edge.
Trying to get his ass back up there.
I step out with this nice long broomstick and I give him a little help up there. And he's, I'm like, oh shit, man.
Hey, look who just stepped in, my favorite designer. What's
Unleashed.
up? I gotta come back and get me some hats, baby.
Actually, I need to stop by down there today after I drop my kid off at work.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be open after 4, buddy?
I think he opened at like 3. Should be somebody. I know it should be somebody there at 4.
Yeah, like I need to grab some apparel.
Yep,
Sweet.
He said yes, sir. It'll be open after 4.
Well, yeah. I mean, this ain't no shot at Rich. I like Rich. He's a decent enough dude. But whenever I hear him calling and say we got to do X, Y, and Z about guns in the city, I mean, shit, you can write up all the legislation you want, buddy, but no one's enforcing what we already have.
Exactly.
Hey, go and register your firearm. Okay. Oh, falling through the cracks. It ain't doing jack. Oh, we got to get these rifles. I mean, 90% of the time, most of the shootings here in Flint are actually done with 9mm, but you can go ahead and talk about rifles. I hate when people talk about firearms when they know absolutely nothing about them.
Well, let me start talking then.
You know some things.
I know some things. I didn't know what a switch was.
I mean,
and I didn't know that the red dot was illegal.
Red dot?
Yeah.
What red dot?
The red dot. Like I'm not supposed to put a red dot on my gun.
You can.
But they said it was illegal.
No. So certain attachments underneath the barrel are illegal. Like I can't put a foregrip there, even though I have some.
So I can put a red dot on the top of my gun and it's not illegal?
Yeah. You can go to Williams and they can install it professionally for you.
Shut Yeah.
That's the next step on my Gen 2. After I upgraded the barrel, the spring, next thing is going to be getting milled out and getting a red dot on it.
Well, I mean, damn, I didn't know that. But I also found out, I told you, some of the stuff that I learned from these Berry Hill brothers is some stuff that I probably could have died with, and it wouldn't have affected my life. But I'm glad that I have been enhanced with this knowledge. But
Like there's a semi-automatic shotgun that carries a drum that happens to be in my safe right now.
nope, didn't know that one. But thank you for letting me know.
It's the only commie gun I own.
But I didn't know that the whatchamacallit wasn't illegal in certain states. Oh, the thing that me and Kevin Roy are obsessed with.
Oh, the rocket launcher RPG?
Yeah, but I called it something else.
YouTube?
No, not the rocket launcher. Man, what the hell?
Oh, the grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, as long as it is below 40 millimeters, it is not an NFA item. You can get a 37 millimeter flare launcher, which is the exact same thing from Williams.
A flare launcher? Yeah. Like where it shoots out fire?
It shoots out a flare. Now, they do have flamethrowers up there, which also not NFA items. $600 attaches to the underside of an AR-15. Great for killing bugs and clearing out your yard of weeds.
So wait a minute, let me get this right.
Uh-huh.
So you mean to tell me I can go get a automatic assault rifle?
No.
No. I can go get an automatic rifle?
No.
I can get something that shoots bullets?
You can get something that shoots bullets.
And connect a flamethrower to it?
Yes. Hell, you can get a flamethrower with a backpack if you want, with all the fuel.
Shut up.
Yeah. I've seen people in certain parts of Michigan during the winter using to clear out their fucking driveway.
Yeah, that's exactly what I, would be using it for, to clear out the driveway.
I mean, and during the summer when you walk outside and you get hit by all them mosquitoes,
just clear out the, clear the stuff out that don't belong.
Yeah, no, 100%. You can get a rifle, a semi-automatic, not an automatic, semi-automatic. And then you just take off the bottom handguard and it clips on and then tightens.
So I push 2 triggers at the same time.
I mean, you only fire 1 bullet, but yeah, then you'll have a stream of fire going out.
I'm sure the 1 bullet to hit something if you got a stream of fire going out.
Yeah. I mean, hell.
Yeah. And that today has been brought to you. Look where our banner's at. I got one. Educational purposes only.
Hey, look, I haven't pulled nothing out today, okay?
Right. We're not doing that today. We will not do that today.
But no, it's 100%. Like, you can do that. I mean, I wouldn't walk down the street with it. Cops see the pilot light, and first thing you know, you got a little bit of an issue.
But it's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
And I can open carry.
You can open carry here.
So I shouldn't have an issue with the police. But unfortunately,
they're also Flint police, so
I mean, that's even better. They probably wouldn't know what it was.
True. And hell, they probably won't even pull up.
And usually when they see guns bigger than theirs, they bust you.
Yeah. I mean,
which is that's not a dumb thing. So
no.
I'm not really not knocking them.
No, and the Supreme Court reaffirmed in, I think it was 2012, that cops do not have to put their lives on the line. They do not have to put themselves at risk.
I mean, why would I pull up into a situation where I see 2, 3, 4 people walking around with guns the size of the length of my arm, and I got 1 gun, and how many bullets does that 9mm shoot? Because that's what the police carry, right?
Most police, though, I know one cop around here carries a 40, and that thing I think has 16 plus 1.
What's up, Goat?
What's up, Angie?
But still, 16
plus 1, yeah.
Plus 1, okay. And but that's 1 cop. But the rest of them carry how many?
Depending on it, I think they carry Austrian Glocks, so 12.
12. 12 bullets versus 164.
Not to mention the cop's bullet is bigger, but it travels slower and he doesn't have the range.
If I got 164 damn bullets flying out of 4 guns, I'm gonna bust a U-turn too.
Look,
Cause I got 12. You got 164 between the 4 of y'all. I'm not getting out there.
like I used to tell
Knock your damn self out.
certain folks in a mountainous region that I was deployed to, I've got an entire belt of ammunition. One of these has your name on it, and I will keep shooting till I find it.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
There's
A10
A10.
family.
Also, I love the new emblem, boss man. The avatar or the profile pic looks great.
Well, let's see what it looks like. Let's just blow it up a little bit. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Also, I really enjoyed the videos this week.
They did a wonderful job. And they always give A10 credit.
Oh yeah. Hey.
You know what? We don't mind getting associated with y'all. I think it's an honor to get associated with A10 Flint.
A10 Flint's amazing. You know, between A10 News Media Group and A10 Flint, that's all the news I really need.
Mhm.
I mean, hell.
I actually like them. You know, I don't like that many people, but I actually like them.
Yeah, I don't like too many outside groups around here.
I know. I think, you know what?
AK Cole at times is cool, but at other times he can flip flop. It's like,
I am happy to say, for probably, I'm just gonna say the second time in my life, I don't have an opinion because I've never watched anything of his. Like, went out and searched for it. Now, if it was scrolling on my timeline and I may have seen a clip
he
or something,
popped up in my
never
YouTube
watched.
timeline
I don't
because there was a picture of me. I'm like, oh hey, let's see what people are saying.
Oh, yeah, never. Mm-mm.
Anywho, I know what most people want to hear.
Well, Trevor, let's see what most people want to think they want to hear about. I'm just going to go ahead and be the one to just ask you Biden lover, you.
We are on a second story window, and I have no problems jumping out if you call me that again.
Coming. All right. And now it's time for Trevor's Rant. Shout out to A10 News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world. Today you got Winters. And so we're going to go ahead and get right into it and get Trevor to popping those Red Bulls over there. Trevor, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Give it to us live and raw.
Donald Trump last night, he definitely had a lot more energy and he could be coherent. He could be. There were times he wasn't. He goes on those rambles. I'm the greatest. And just ask your mother. And she says, I'm the greatest. And everyone says so. Okay, shut up and get back to the fucking point, you bloated clown. And then we have Sleepy Joe, who seemed to be in a fucking daydream 99% of the time. I mean, some of the quotes from there were rather interesting. Let me see if I took some screenshots because ground news is absolutely amazing. All right, CNN poll hit us with the flash poll last night right after the debate, asking who won the debate. 33% said Biden, 67% said Trump. And CNN is a very heavy Democrat platform. Hey, what's up, John Pony? So seeing those numbers coming from CNN is actually pretty astounding. I saw a couple things. I mean, granted, I watched the highlights. I was asleep last night because I knew it'd turn exactly into that. And then my wife wanted to watch it with Steven Crowder basically stealing the CNN footage, well, using the CNN footage and then having commentary on the back end. Steven Crowder is not my favorite commenter anymore. He's interesting, but 90% of the things that they were saying he was talking over. So that wasn't really my big thing. Biden halfway asleep saying, and we beat Medicare. You beat Medicare? No, you beat it to death with a stick. Yeah. Here's the thing that really gets me about Joe Biden whenever it comes to service members. His son was a service member. I do believe he is in the Navy as a JAG officer. Joe Biden likes to call himself a gold star father. Those of you that have been in, or those of you who have not, but know of things, when you deploy, your family puts up a blue star saying you're deployed. Gold star means that you are KIA, killed in country. Joe Biden's son did not die in country, nor was it from anything hostile. The man unfortunately developed a brain tumor, was taken out of country, shipped to Germany, and then I believe he died in Walter Reed. So he's not a gold star. He didn't suffer a combat casualty. So every time I hear him repeat that lie, or maybe he just doesn't understand, it really upsets me because I know several gold star families. I'm still in contact with Staff Sergeant Cardenas' wife, a very good friend of mine. She, I believe, retired from the Army. They were dual military, which is always astounding to me. I think she got out as E6 or E7. Tara, I remember that. I also remember I didn't like John McCain much. So they're both idiots in that case. John McCain and Trump, and fuck Trump for saying that. When it comes to policy, we've lived under 4 years of both now. I can tell you which one I think was better for my pocketbook. I can tell you which one, well, I can't tell you pretty much jack that Joe Biden's really done for me. That's true. Bush lost 3 debates and beat John Kerry, but John Kerry wasn't too hard to beat in the first place. I mean, if you really look at Trump's track record, Tara, the man just insults everyone anyway. He might as well be an equal opportunity offender and offend me as well. So, I mean, it is what it is, what it is. Last night, Trump was definitely a bit more on the game. I don't know if he had a snort of the Colombian battle powder or not beforehand, and Biden just didn't take his Ritalin or something of the sort. Everyone keeps saying he has a cold. He has a cold. A cold doesn't give you dementia symptoms. I promise you. If it did, we would be in a lot worse place as the human race. Let's see what else we got going on. Democrats suggest chatter on Biden stepping aside amid. This is great. Amid panic over debate. 59% of these articles are from the center, 27 from the left, 14 from the right. President Joe Biden's party questions if he should be replaced on the ballot after lackluster debate performance. This has been said in conservative circles for the past 6 months. Biden reassures supporters in Atlanta that he has no intention of dropping out. Campaign spokeswoman Lauren Hint reaffirms Biden's commitment to staying, or by stating, of course, he's not dropping out. So, yeah, that has been a lot, or talked about a lot. A lot of people are.
So who do you think won?
Who do I think won? Trump.
I
know. No one's going to be happy with that response, but
Trump has no policy
except for domestic drilling to lower oil prices, just like 4 years ago when we were energy independent and not having to import any, if we didn't want to, from the Middle East, which Saudi Arabia just recently let a treaty lapse to where they can sell oil outside the US dollar. Another part of that is that while we were energy independent, we didn't really have to worry about what the Middle East thought about us.
Hey, this is Trevor's rant.
No, people are gonna.
Let's get it going.
It's rant time. Get him, Trevor.
I figure people are just gonna jump on me for it, and that's absolutely fine. But if I see too much disrespect, I'm just gonna get up and walk out.
Oh
no, we're not gonna let them disrespect you.
Like I said,
we're having healthy debates.
now
you know.
right now everyone's being good. Like no one's called me a racist or a magatard or a maggot, which I'm not.
I've never heard anyone call you a maggot. Like, is that a bad thing if someone calls you a maggot?
Or the first three or maggot. It's like MAGA, but maggot.
Oh
You don't spend a lot of time online, do you?
no,
You don't play a lot of video games.
What is that?
Charging cable.
Oh, okay. That would scare the shit out of me at night.
That's why I charge my phone in the front room. Also, so when people call me after 10, I don't have to pick up.
I mean, what made you just go on Amazon and say, I want a UBS cord that lights
I didn't.
up? Oh, okay.
I stole it from my daughter.
Okay, thank you, Jesus. All right, let's go. Back to the debate.
I mean,
healthy debate. I just want to know about this,
healthy debate. I mean, if we go through it,
make sure you wasn't riding around on the back. No,
neither one of these two are really for the Constitution. I've seen the Democrat side silence using their friends and platforms on social media certain stories that could have really made a difference in, say, 2020 or 2022. One of those being the Hunter Biden laptop case or the Hunter Biden corruption scandal with Burisma, or Hunter Biden doing anything with China, like introducing them to the vice president of the United States at that time, Joe Biden, for a price. Remember, 10% for the big guy. So that was the First Amendment. And then we jump over to Donald Trump, who unilaterally banned bump stocks. And while I'm not a fan of bump stocks are absolutely fucking worthless, in my opinion. It is your right to own one if you damn well please.
You want to take a stab at that? I'm just going to keep going. I mean,
what are black jobs, though?
We couldn't really figure that out this morning.
I can't figure that out. Like, what is a job? It sounds like this
black job. Like, what's white job? I
mean, I don't know. That's the same kind of crazy. That's like, that's a woman's job. That's a man's job. There should be no definition.
That is crazy.
Look, some of the best firefighting teams of two I've seen have been a man and a woman. The man usually bigger and stronger. The woman usually smaller and more petite. The man can do the lifting. The woman can get through areas that he cannot. And they do a hell of a job together.
Wild woman got to be labeled as smaller and more petite.
That was literally the team.
Save lives. What you mean? So now you're saying women too big?
You should see
his eyes over here.
You've met my wife.
You should see his eyes over here like, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah, and Trump unilaterally attacked the Second Amendment, which you guys happen to know I'm a huge fan of. Like,
oh, you can't say Biden won after his service member comments.
Did he make a service member comment last night?
I thought that was Trump that made the service member comment.
I don't know.
Hey, Miss Rose.
Oh, Biden says he grew up in an impoverished black neighborhood and then an impoverished Hispanic neighborhood. And then
he just grew up everywhere, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he weren't the president of the United States, I'd just say he was a whore and he's been around. But
I agree, Maurice.
What do we got? What do you agree with?
He said we are doomed regardless, Republican or Democrat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, here's the coolest thing, though. While RFK was not invited to be on the stage because he didn't meet whatever arbitrary criteria that CNN likes to put out before debates, he was on Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X, answering each question, typing it out. He had a live stream, and it had between 5 and 8 million views last night. So...
And Trevor is definitely gonna speak his mind, and we knew.
I mean, when it comes down to
ease into it.
When it comes down to it, I know the Biden past, and considering, well, who my only friends that I interact with in person are, in other words, folks that don't look like me, I don't think I could in good conscience vote for him. Whereas Trump has definitely made a fuck ton of mistakes, but at the same time, I do like what he did for my wallet, for our wallets. And when going to the grocery store now just for one one halfway decent dinner with a meat, a green vegetable, and a starch, like my ma used to make, now costs me over $100.
Well, that's
for 3
because
people.
Biden said that's because when Trump left office, the economy was flat on its back.
I mean, no. I mean, granted, you're quoting there. When Trump left office,
That's what he said, though. I was glad I could interact.
when Trump left office, I was still able to buy that exact same meal for, I want to say, $60, which wasn't great, but that was also the COVID inflation because we shut everything the fuck down and hurting our logistics chains. Also, both of them back to the vax, which I'll get in trouble for saying, but I was told I would die like 4 winters ago if I didn't get it.
Oh yeah, everybody's supposed to be dead by now, right?
Yeah.
And then what I was just saying just before the show, the CDC recommends that everybody gets another vaccine shot before the fall.
And then the U.S. Army came out, I want to say a month ago, and said, no, these cause blood clots. And when the U.S. Army...
Are you serious?
Yes. A female soldier got the vax and
Oh
started
my
having heart problems.
God.
She was discharged, and because they weren't admitting it at the time, she doesn't get any benefits now.
So
She's living out of her car.
So the United States of America
Mhm.
Army said
These
no
are the same
to
people
the
that were
vaccine.
testing LSD on soldiers in the 80s and still have yet to say it has any negative effects.
Do you trust the government?
No, fuck no. Hell no.
But no. Wait a minute. We're gonna come back. Okay, maybe we'll talk about what. Okay, listen. You're a serviceman.
Why do you think I don't trust the government? I've been on the inside. I've seen what they do when they have complete control of your life.
Wow.
Look, we live in Flint, so I know I cannot trust the city or county government. We live in Flint, so I know I cannot trust the state government.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the Army. I've seen what they do when they control your life inside and out, control your paycheck. Hell, when these fucking clowns, the adopted clowns from the circus can't get their shit straight, I went 2 months without pay.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them, hell, anyone just go to U.S. Army What the Fuck Moments or WTF Moments and take a look at the mold growing in a lot of these barracks rooms.
Okay, so we got you got them rolling. You got them rolling, Trevor, because you're
Biden has created more jobs. I would say not really.
Oh,
and then also while your overall wage has gone up, your actual earnings have gone down because the inflation that has gone into it. In other words, realized income is lower.
Back here, I want to take a stab at that one.
I'm saying that black folks, especially black men, will vote for him because he.
Oh,
I need to see a link to that one. If you can send that to my here, I'll just go ahead and put a period in chat. If you can DM that to me, I would like to see that in its full context. And also, Biden has created more jobs, most of those being government jobs. More government jobs means that you have to raise taxes. Whereas when you allow businesses to create more jobs, you don't have to tax the people as much. So I can argue that one all day. It brought inflation down. Okay. So Trump had, less than a year of the pandemic? Biden had it for the other 2 years. The same amount of casualties. So you're telling me 6 months did more damage than 2 years? I don't think that's a Trump thing. I think that's Biden mismanaging and then everyone overreacting. COVID was not nearly as deadly as everyone says it was. Hell, we didn't even lose 1% of the human population, which if you compare to, say, the Black Plague.
Can't keep up with the comments, dude.
Which if you compare to the Black Plague was absolutely nothing. Hell, I've caught it like 4 times. So shutting down the entire economy of the country
was COVID 4 times. Oh my God, you make it ridiculous.
When my lung collapsed It was from coughing when I had COVID earlier this year.
Oh, you are so sick.
But that's
down
also
there.
from all the blisters from the burn pits on the outside of my lungs.
Oh my
I coughed so hard that
God.
my lung came out, hit a rib, and popped that blister.
Oh.
Trump is terrible, and yet I will remind everyone that Trump hasn't said a racial slur on the Senate floor.
Ooh, shit, this show getting good. Come on, Trevor's friend, keep it going, keep it going.
I'm just telling you. And while you lost 4 family members to COVID, that's cool. I mean, that's depressing, and I'm very sorry for you. What I mean by that's cool is when you look at the COVID numbers, you actually compare them with the flu numbers. Flu went down to damn near 0 all the time that COVID was actually a thing. They misconflated both of them. Hell, we've actually seen reports that have been verified about nurses having to mark off COVID death on motorcycle accidents because COVID antibodies were in the system. Now we look at the states
What's
that didn't
this?
shut down.
What's that?
When Trump brought up super predators, Joe was
Shook. What was super predators?
that one I don't know.
I don't know what super
Can-
predators are.
Like I said, I picked up on the highlights because I was not going to watch that shit with Crowder.
What? The Meyer family's over 15 billion.
Mm-hmm. Just as bad as Walmart as far as price gouging and treating employees. You just don't hear about the shady practices because they remain a private company and aren't required to report, as well as they aren't a nationwide company.
Oh.
So Walmart is in all of the 50 states, including Alaska, oddly enough, and in almost every town in America. They are prolific. They are absolutely everywhere. So you get to hear a lot of, former employees' complaints. However, Myers is pretty much a northern thing, and it isn't in every city.
Oh, this is getting good. Now Trump did call black countries shithole countries. But
Black,
here we go.
brown, and Eastern European.
Joe called black people super predators when he was a congressman. Trump brought it up.
Oh, on the Senate floor with the 1994 crime bill.
Someone said Hillary said that, not Joe. Uh-oh.
Oh. I do know that he said, quote, I don't want my children growing up in a racial jungle when he voted for segregation. But I will remind everyone again that Trump also called Eastern European countries shitholes, especially places like Yugoslavia, Bosnia.
That's right. Shit, Shawty said he bought his first day on TV with his
Balkanizations.
stimulus check. Yeah.
That stimulus check you're going to be paying for the rest of your life because they raised the taxes. And I've never seen a tax repeal just like the Flint water crisis settlement. When they finally do start paying you, remember that's in a holding account right now.
I'm done. I'm about to get up. Sister Taliba said, "Thank you, Trevor."
For
Lord
what?
Jesus.
I'm just being
Sister
honest.
Taliba then agreed with.
I'm just being honest.
ATM Flint, I need you to just print this moment out and save it for me in time. Sister Taliba then agreed with Trevor. Lord
Look,
Jesus.
I'm just having an honest conversation. They are both absolute dog shit. Don't get me wrong. I would rather see another JFK in office. I loved his policies reading about them. JFK? John F. Kennedy?
I'd rather see Bill Clinton back. Oh my God, you look like you just wanted to come over here and kill me when I said that.
The original Hucktua man. Yep.
He looked like, Trevor's eyes looked like I could beat her brains.
And I have a very, very, very large dislike of Bill Clinton. I mean, number one, he looks like he's about to die, so we can't put Skeletor in there. Skeletor version 2. We've already got version 1.
Serious, Trevor?
But he also signed the 1994 quote assault weapons ban, and that would outlaw most of my safe.
Well, hell, he sent most of the jobs overseas too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what was that? The NAFTA agreement?
NAFTA, and it wasn't just sending jobs overseas; it was sending them to Canada and Mexico, but also allowing. I think it was a large number of people from Mexico into the United States to take up jobs, which I don't mind that.
Not just
as long-
jobs, Hispanic jobs. What they call Hispanic jobs last night?
I don't know what a Hispanic job is. And if you're trying to tell me that a Hispanic job is picking fruit in a goddamn field, I'm going to call you a racist.
Well, our bumpers told us this morning that Trump said that the immigrants was coming over into the countries taking the black jobs and the Hispanic jobs. But ain't this the same man that was building the damn wall to keep them out?
Oh, Congress.
But
shut
now
down
we
that
got
part.
Hispanic jobs. So wait a minute.
All right, let's go through this piece by piece. If Trump said that, then that's some bullshit, and he needs to take it back. Because there is no such thing as a Hispanic job. There is no such thing as a black job. There's jobs. There's how we support our families, and that's it. We are all Americans. And there should be no distinction between those.
Miss Gladys, what's up? Miss Gladys is watching you. Use people. That's
Yes.
Miss Gladys, yeah.
The lady who gives Auntie Judy the biggest.
No, way to go. We got Miss Gladys on here. Use peoples. I think voting has consequences. Use peoples, and everyone should be more educated on voting. Hey, Miss Gladys. That's a big one.
Here's something fun. If you guys go down to, say, just take a trip to Ohio, and then once you get back, scrub yourself off with bleach because you were just in fucking Ohio. But connect to a cell tower there and see if it reminds you to vote or not.
Really?
It
In
doesn't.
Ohio?
It doesn't. If it's a red state, they will not remind you to vote on Facebook.
Shut up.
It's actually been proven.
But my timeline has been swamped with absentee ballot voting is now available.
Mm-hmm.
Trump said he will implement his Muslim ban again. He did.
Yes. And
I'm
A,
sure that
from
would make
only
Quincy
certain
happy
countries,
for people
and
with wearing
B,
scarves.
as I understood it, it wasn't quite a Muslim ban as it was extra security for people coming in from that part of the world. Why? Well, because a lot of the people that chant death to America around the world happen to be from there. And I'm not saying that it isn't warranted. I'm not saying it is. We do fuck around a lot in the Middle East. However, there is security issues with that. And that's the same that needs to be taken care of with the southern border. Because we don't know who the fuck's coming in from the southern border. A lot of people from South America also chant death to America, or cartels. I mean, hell, MS-13 is a thing. All right, Shardy, I will take you up on that bet. If he is elected and it turns into a dictatorship, you are free to hide at my house, free of anything. And if it isn't, then give Republicans a shot eventually. Because have you guys ever noticed that every Republican, every last one that goes into a mainstream election is always somehow called a racist, a homophobe, a transphobe, an ex-phobe, a that-ist?
Some of my bestest friends are Republicans.
Have them run in a mainstream election, watch them get called racist, transphobe, homophobe, sexist.
And they're Trumpicans.
That's a new word.
Trumpicans.
Trumpicans.
They're Trumpicans.
It almost makes them sound tropical.
Because that's like I like to think of them that, but they're white, they're Republicans, and they're Trumpicans, and they're beautiful people.
Trump never said try drinking bleach.
He did say that when we was all dying from COVID. He said drink some bleach. He said that, didn't he? Ain't that right?
Out of context.
Ranters, didn't he say that? Look, Miss Gladys said, use people don't know what you're talking about because Trump is just coming back to take back our nation. Now we're gonna have this is a one-on-one between use peoples and Miss Gladys today. Trevor, take it over. What do you think about that? Right. He's just coming back to take over. So what she said, what you're saying is bullshit, Trevor.
Okay. And all I have to say is we had 4 years of him. If he was going to be a dictator, if he is going to be a tyrant, we wouldn't have Joe Biden right now.
Just watch how many blacks and Hispanics. I got you, Miss Gladys. I'm got
Just
you.
watch how many blacks and Hispanics do what.
I got you, Miss Gladys. Finish typing it out.
Or X, Y, and Z, because I know that, let's see, middle class America, there was actually a thing when Trump was in office, and B, people were actually able to save more of their paychecks.
Vote for Trump.
Oh,
But you heard what he said when he first got on here, Miss Gladys. Now he said that CNN poll,
yes, CNN
which is
poll
mostly
said
Democratic. Say it again, because I don't know if Miss Gladys was on here in the beginning.
33% of people who took that poll from CNN, directly from CNN, thought that Biden won, and 67% thought Trump won. With CNN being such a heavily Democrat platform,
Ooh, that's
seeing
scary.
those numbers blew my mind.
That scares me. Miss Gladys says, look, broke is broke.
Yeah. I'm still in that boat. I make $50K a year.
And then the Supreme Court today let all the insurrectionists off, didn't they?
No. What they did is they, quote, made it harder to prosecute, but in that context, shit, the northeastern states don't listen to the Supreme Court any fucking way. Yes, Fox News is Republican, CNN is Democrat, and I would go as far as to say as MSNBC is Green Party. They are that far left. Did he? Or
Biden said it last night. He said, dude, you took us to court for 40-something days after the election saying that the numbers weren't right.
And you do know that Hillary Clinton sued after the 2016 election, correct?
I don't recall.
Strange. Or how about the former governor, God, I think it was Virginia, who sits there and says, no, I didn't lose. And she's been out of office for 8 years now.
I don't recall.
Weird. But when a Republican sues, it's now trying to overturn democracy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If it wasn't for double standards, I'd say the left wing has none at all.
Just look how they stole the election from Al Gore.
You mean, okay. How did they steal the election from Al Gore? And if I hear about the Electoral College, I'm going to have to remind you that the Electoral College is a safeguard for smaller states to actually have say in government. Otherwise, all you'd have to care about is Florida, New York, Texas, and California, and we up here in Michigan.
Bullshit. I just looked at me. Bullshit.
Explain.
Al Gore had the popular vote, and that dumbass Electoral College just came in there and just wiped out all of Hughes's votes. Ain't that right, Miss Gladys?
And once again, the Electoral College is there to protect smaller states. Do you think that Iowa has anything in common with New York or California or Oregon, Washington, New Jersey? No. Should they not have their interests represented and have their votes actually count?
Why California gets so many Electoral College votes?
Because they count by population and they don't count by legal population. So migrants, mostly illegal.
But
it's a very large state and has one of the largest populations in the country.
It's unfair.
Weird. Just like I've seen people argue that we need to have more senators to represent the population, but that's incorrect. Each state is given 2 senators to represent the state's interests, not the people's interests.
I think we need to do away with the Electoral College. Go.
If you did that, number one, you would break the Constitution. The Constitution was put like that in
place. You think our Constitution hasn't been broken?
Oh, it has. However, it is literally, that is the compromise. The compromise that actually got the Constitution signed and made America America. Because smaller states such as Delaware, Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, the smallest in the nation, wouldn't have an equal say if you just went with popular vote. Should they not have their interest expressed equally? They are a state after all.
Yeah, but
shouldn't I have
my vote? Should my vote count?
It wouldn't. If you got rid of the Electoral College, Michigan wouldn't matter at all.
The only popular vote. Al Gore had the most votes.
The only 4 states that would matter if you did popular vote would be the 4 most populous. 2 of them being Republican-ish.
If you add them all up,
No. Because if you win New York, California,
Well,
Florida,
you know,
and Texas,
everybody in those
Hold up.
states aren't gonna vote for you.
no, but they hold more than 50% of the U.S. population. So Michigan wouldn't matter at all. Neither would Ohio, neither would Indiana, neither would Illinois.
I disagree. Let's see what the people say. APAC is worse. You agree?
Which one's APAC?
APAC is the American International.
Now I'm going to have to
I don't
Google
know.
it.
Is that the Palestinian something? I don't know. What's APAC?
American Israel Public Affairs Committee.
Yep, same. Something like that.
Oh, I hope you weren't going to say same
No,
thing.
I said no, something like that. I quickly.
Oh yeah, you jumped.
I
from
had
that
I had a Pfeiffer moment.
Oh boy!
Oh my God, are you
Oh,
serious?
no.
She ended
Oh,
with
no, 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 no. That would get everyone in trouble.
Victoria College is a sham. A10 Flint, absolutely unhinged. Taylor, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi admitted January 6th was her fault, and January 6th wasn't even at the Capitol yet. What?
So January 4th, the then President Trump requested.
Thank you, Ronald. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Go ahead, Trevor.
Requested National Guard be present to help secure the Capitol. Nancy Pelosi, who then Speaker of the House, also in charge of Capitol Police, said, no, we don't want them.
That wasn't her damn fault.
If you know it was a contentious election cycle and someone's saying, hey, we should maybe have more security, no, we're good.
I mean, she probably wasn't thinking they was gonna build fucking wooden things to hang pins on out there in the backyard either.
I mean, true. At the same time, why would you turn down extra security? Especially when it's National Guard. It doesn't even cost the federal government money. It costs the state money.
Well, all
Maryland.
I know, they didn't turn it down on when Black Lives Matter was marching.
You didn't what?
When Black Lives Matter was marching, they had all them people up there on the Capitol steps. They was ready for a damn riot. Use people's. Florida Governor Bush gave his brother the presidency by hanging chads on the Florida ballots.
God.
What?
Hanging. So I think this was before you were able to vote because you're only 22. As women never get older than 22.
Thank you, baby. Love you.
You used to have to take this little hole punch and punch your votes through.
Oh, I remember that the first time I voted.
If it didn't go all the way through, a lot of the machines would derp up and go, yeah, I don't know how to read this. The hanging chads. That's what happened there.
The war machine needed Bush in office to go into the Middle East. Oh my God.
Once again, not wrong. And what's funny is,
this is good today.
When we
Y'all
invaded,
doing good today.
When we invaded Iraq, my dad was throwing a fucking fit because he said, they've had weapons of mass destruction for years and now we barely give a damn. Hell, he gassed the Kurds. We didn't even care then. Then we go in. Oh, it's to free the people. Most of the people were like, no. We like Saddam.
We got too many comments. I need your thoughts on each one of them.
People were like, no. We like Saddam. Okay, which, to be fair, not all dictators are bad for the people. Saddam was not bad for his people.
Oh, Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
The fuck?
He was not bad for the Iraqi people.
So you gonna tell me
the only people that suffered under him were the Kurds.
What about that man in Cuba? You gonna tell me
Castro?
He wasn't bad?
I said not all. I didn't say they were all good.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I mean, hell,
Saddam Hussein.
Mm-hmm. If you look at Iraq pre-U.S. invasion, it was just a sunnier America, really. They had same technology. They were up. I mean, hell, their economy was fucking outstanding. And it was a stable region in the Middle East. Until we decided to unleash an air campaign.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And then Bush got in and decided that since Daddy had a chip on his shoulder with Iraq, he was going to have a chip on his shoulder too. With the Great Lakes in the balance, Michigan matters. CCP is marching right in. Yes, as we discussed with the whole Grand Blank, or not Grand Blank. What's that small town where they're putting in the giant battery factory that everyone
Monday?
wanted? Yeah, Monday. I don't know why I was saying Grand Blank, where everyone wanted you to show up, but like at the same time, Flint's got its own fucking problems.
Right.
Monday
Well,
ain't
I'm
been
going
here.
out there for like, jeez. Oh, Big Shay, stop it, Trevor. You BS today. Gladys said, told him to stand down. It was her fault. Oh, Miss Jackson, here go there. Go my girl. Miss Jackson said, so now January 6th is Nancy's fault, huh? Mama Quill said, not those damn hanging chads again.
See, thankfully, after the 2000 election, we unfucked that.
How you invade a country for oil and didn't even take over the oil fields?
You don't. What you do is you sign exclusive trade treaties with your new puppet government, and then you put U.S. companies in that will start shipping it out for them, and you get a huge discounted rate. You don't take over the country because since we signed the Geneva Conventions, you don't take over land when you win a war. So what you do is you take over the infrastructure through treaties.
Colin Powell tried to tell Bush not to invade.
We shouldn't have invaded Iraq. There was no fucking reason to invade Iraq except Bush had the same chip on his shoulder that Daddy did. So Bush and Bush.
So you're saying he just came in and do what his daddy wanted to do?
Partially. That and his vice president, Dick Cheney, was also, or is also, the biggest stockholder in, I believe it's Halliburton, a military contractor company, the same people that make the Bradleys. And if we aren't going to war in a place where we can use his equipment, he's not selling them, therefore he's not making money. You can't really use that equipment in the mountainous region of Afghanistan. But Iraq is nice and flat, and people already had negative connotations about it because we've been to war with them once. Easy target.
So when you get to see all the film footage of the January 6th, you see trucks pulling up at the Capitol, coming out marching on the Capitol while the protesters hadn't even started up the hill.
You also see police opening doors. Those doors take over 60,000 pounds to open or force open. They're secured with electromagnets. There's no way into that building unless A, you burn it the fuck down, or B, you are let in. But I'm not going into that tangent right now.
Junior Bush didn't want to go against Daddy.
See? Daddy set it up. Daddy went to war with a nice, easy target because, well, Saddam Hussein in the 90s did the cardinal sin of the 20th century, which was raise gas prices.
Miss Armstrong, so because you know what, we got onto Trump saying something about he being a dictator. Trump would be a dictator, and Trev said, not all dictators are bad.
And I'm not saying that about Trump at all. I'm saying when we were talking about Iraq, and specifically, Saddam Hussein was not bad for his people.
Trevor admitted Trump's an asshole. We don't need an asshole in the White House. Trevor, would you put Liddell in the presidency if she was a Republican? Sheesh. And the church said Trump's an asshole. Amen?
I mean, okay. Whether someone's an asshole or not does not mean that they are good or bad for your country or good or bad for a position. Let's be honest there. We've seen several assholes come out of Flint that were absolutely amazing. Eric Mays, if you got on the wrong side of him, he was an asshole, but he was an absolutely amazing politician. He was great for the city of Flint. I don't care what anyone has to say about him. Trump, I don't like him very much, but choosing between the two, I've got a guy with dementia that has the nuclear codes, or I got a guy with a small dick syndrome who thinks that he's king shit a crap mountain. I think I'm going to choose the one that knows where he's at with the nuclear codes. I mean, what else would you like? Do you want someone that doesn't know where they're at and thinks that those codes are just a way of ordering a pizza? Okay, Big Shady. Tell me, What policy exactly was bad of Trump? Because right now you've got a guy that A, drops racial slurs on the Senate floor, B, pushed the 1994 crime bill, which has incarcerated more men of color than anything that Trump has ever done. And then, not to mention, he voted for segregation, which is saying that you and I are not the same.
Who did that?
Joe Biden, he voted for segregation. Those are three things right there that I can point to. And then I can point to our current day economy, as well as allowing literally millions of people across our southern border in the past 4 years, not to mention the northern border, because no one keeps track of that number, which is absolutely astounding to me. But our southern border, in and of itself, with people
Hey, Larry.
who we are now paying for to live in hotels until they can get up on their feet. Some of them are even getting stipends from their state governments, which is hurting everyone. Texas finally said screw it and started taking those folks that they could not legally deport at that point, and they just started sending them to sanctuary cities and let the people up north, such as Lansing, such as New York, such as Chicago, know the same pressure that they were feeling, and now all of a sudden their tune has changed.
I do what I do this time.
Tax breaks for the rich. I'm not rich and I was receiving tax breaks.
Larry, 2024.
Hey, Larry.
Trump is a felon. What if a black felon candidate was competing for president? Shit, would never
If he
make
was
it.
put through the same bullshit as Trump was in that fucking case, I would support him 100%.
I have never known a black man to ever get charged with 34 felonies and walk out the courtroom by himself.
I'm sorry, but A, hush money. When are we going to start charging Clinton for the woman that he slept with in Arkansas and paid not to say a fucking thing using campaign funds?
I don't recall that either.
Okay. Or hell, they said he slept with Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels gave them a handwritten letter signed, happy that she did not sleep with Trump, and yet that somehow still gets around. Weird.
I don't recall.
Who almost ruined the North Korea South Korea summit? Because I do know one president since the 1950s has walked across that border and spoke with the North Korean leader, and it's not the guy in office right now.
Well, Miss Gladys, you telling the damn truth right there? Because I got ate up over that one. Ooh, I went to war with some black men over that.
Here's the crazy thing. When asked if she had ever smoked marijuana, she goes, yes, of course I did. Then why did you prosecute men who smoked it as well? It was my job. So, but you're the prosecutor. I'm sorry, you can choose not to bring.
Oh yeah,
charges
he
against
didn't
people.
mean it like that. Trevor, no, he didn't mean it like that.
No, I'm saying I really liked Mays, but if you got onto his bad side, he was an asshole. And he had every right to be an asshole. He was a good man. He just let you know when you cross that line, and he let you know hard.
What bullshit was Trump put through?
Oh, that's the recent trial of his. That crossed Federal Election Commission's boundaries. That is not in their purview, for one. For two, they say it's not politically motivated, and yet the Biden DOJ stepped in and threw in their own prosecutor. Weird. Biden promised to cancel student debt, create federal public option for healthcare. Okay, it's right there. And create jobs, instead increase sanctuary cities and ramped up our war occupations. This is absolutely correct. Number two, he said last night. Now, I don't know if this was a fugue moment. I don't know if he meant it. He probably didn't. But he goes, and we beat Medicare. Yes, you beat it to death with a fucking stick. Good job. Twice impeached, 4 times indicted, convicted felon, 34 counts to be exact. Found liable of sexual assault. Okay, twice impeached. What was the first impeachment for? Withholding weapons and aid to Ukraine. Why? Because it is still the most corrupt country in Europe. We had no idea where that money was going. Hell, I say it every fucking week now. I still don't like that we're giving money to Ukraine. And 90% of the time, you guys agree with me. So if you want to take it in that context, you're going to have to take it back then and say that you do support the war in Ukraine. Second time impeached for
Chuckle a
the
fucker
Capitol
today, aren't you?
insurrection. Once again, I just explained that you see police removing barricades and you see police opening the doors. Hell, you even see police taking people in handcuffs, then undoing the handcuffs and giving them fist bumps. Those doors take over 60,000 pounds of pressure to open because they're electromagnetic. You cannot force your way into that building without a couple cars slamming into it.
You just going all in today. I love it. Miss Gladys, you want to talk about insurance? Talk about insurance then. So she's saying her insurance was better under Trump. Ain't shit now with Biden.
Yeah.
Medicare. She said she just can't. Medicare. North Korea. Wait a minute. North Korea just sent troops into the Ukraine.
Yes. I'm actually waiting for one of those idiots to fuck up and cross into Poland, and then we can unleash Poland into that entire thing.
Bad.
Poland is like a tiny European Texas with all the guns that Texans wish they could have. We wouldn't have to lift a fucking finger.
Really?
Polish fucking hate the Russians.
You never heard about nobody invading Poland either.
Yes, you do.
Who?
Prior to the big kickoff of World War II, Russia and Nazi Germany invaded Poland.
Well, I wasn't born back then.
Well, you just said you never heard about it. I mean,
No.
Then you were sleeping through history class, Wintus.
Yeah, yes, I was. Yes, I had a
Come on
cocktail.
We were doing bipartisan whataboutisms. That's very true.
Hell no. Oh, I don't know. Shit. Trevor, would you have voted for Bernie if it was Bernie versus Trump, Trevor? That's a good question.
That's a fuck no.
No? That's a fuck no?
For the past 60 years, we fought against communists. My dad was shot at by fucking communists. My uncle was shot at by communists. I'm not voting for a fucking communist. I ain't dealing with that. Hell, we spent trillions of dollars in Korea, in Vietnam, and in other parts of the world fighting communism. And then we have this guy who is a huge supporter of communism. No, hell no. Obama. I will vote for my left foot over Bernie Sanders. And my left foot's always asleep. It's worse than Biden. Here's the funny thing, 810 Flint, because I think you and I are pretty much on the same wavelength here. Did you know that when the Soviet Union crumbled and Ukraine became its own entity for the first time since the USSR came into being, that it had nukes? We signed a treaty with Ukraine saying, you give up your nukes to Russia, and if Russia ever aggresses you, we will step in and protect you. In 2014, when Russia took Crimea, we ignored that treaty. Yeah, actually, go back up to that, please. Not only that, so when Social Security first came into play under FDR, it was explicitly stated you have no say. Your employer will be taking taxes out, and then you will have to pay, as we all know. And then it was explicitly said Congress decides how those funds are spent, and you have no guarantee of getting them back ever. I would rather do away with Social Security in its entirety, give the living folks who have paid into it all the money that they have paid into it up to this point. Doesn't matter what age you are. If you're barely 16 and you put one check into it, you get that back. Because all it is turned into is a way for the government to borrow money against it, and then it turns into a debt trap for ourselves that we've laid for ourselves. I'd rather give the American people the chance to put that money into a 401k or to have in their own back pocket, because we could all use an extra $200 or $300 a paycheck. How many times have you had a flat tire or say an alternator go out and you had to scramble to find the money to repair that? That could have been from that Social Security. When we went to DC for leaded water, we had to go through metal detectors, and they put my purse in Debbie Stabenow's office. Both times we went, they let people in the Capitol. I'm just sitting here for a second, like, when you went to DC for the water and you walked through a metal detector, did you go off because the lead in our water? I'm sorry.
Trevor, if a dictator rules the country, Trevor, you're going to be sent back to the armed forces.
They try. I'm functionally worthless as a soldier now unless they want me to train other soldiers. Also, I'm pretty big on the libertarian principle of voluntary trade of services. So if I don't want to, they can try to make me. All they're getting out of me is a corpse then. At very least, my corpse.
Oh, let's go back. I gotta go back.
And if you look at Norway and Sweden, they will straight up tell you they are not socialist. Single payer. No, it wouldn't. And I will tell you why. Single payer is how the VA works. I refuse to use the VA anymore. They've had waiting lists for people. Hell, my uncle passed away because his cancer got up to stage 4. They give him an appointment for cancer. He'd be the day before. Oh, we have to cancel another 6 months, another 6 months, another 6 months. Single payer doesn't work. When there isn't an incentive, when there isn't a reason for them, it never gets done. In other words, trusting the government to do anything extra will never work. You can never trust the government to do something right the first time. Hey, Gladys, you know what? You can hold up at my house with me if they try recalling me. I'll get sandbags ready. I think you'd be a hell of a shot. Oh, the senator here. Oh, Tom Cotton. Yeah, that dude said he wants to pass a bill to allow cops to shoot protesters dead. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tom Cotton. That guy is a fucking tard. I mean, please don't take that as horrible, but the man is dumb as shit, and he does seem to have some fucking brain damage. I'll tell you guys, I'm not explicitly with the Republican side, nor am I explicitly with the Democrat side. I am very libertarian, and I think both parties are absolutely worthless. I also believe that letting the government run anything outside its purview is an exercise in futility. Have the 2A. Yep. See, here's the fun thing, guys. Anyone who thinks that majority of folks like me would stand by if something bad were to happen, like say, I heard someone this morning talk about concentration camps. You would be pleasantly surprised to know that I would be hiding people in my house, arming people, and fighting back. We're all Americans. Hell, we're all humans. No one deserves to be put into a camp because of their beliefs. Yes, I am totally against universal basic income because where does that money come from? It comes from taxes. How do you get those taxes? Well, people have to work. Some people wouldn't want to work because they get a guaranteed income. Therefore, it turns into a downgrading, degrading cycle where it's constantly in debt and never paying for itself. Wondering, would the Supreme Court have allowed civil rights protesters to get a pass like they did? Mm-hmm. I do not know, Tara, but the Supreme Court of the 1960s is vastly different than the Supreme Court of today. I mean, hell, the Supreme Court just went against the Trump campaign 2 days ago by saying that publishers and platforms can put whatever they want on their platform. And people were not sufficiently, quote, injured in the legal term to be able to bring up a free speech case against them. I'd like you to think about that for a second. You have 6 conservative justices and 3 liberal justices. And this, I think 5 out of the 6 went against the conservative side on that one. So, yes, Bill Clinton did balance the debt in his last term. Doesn't mean I still like the guy.
You really got him talking today, don't you, buddy?
Huh?
So you really got him talking today, don't you, buddy? I can't
Yeah.
keep up with him.
The thing is, at least we've still got it being at least it's still being whatchamacallit, respectful. I
Yes.
honestly
Oh,
thought
yeah.
this was going to go down in a spiral.
No. You let him know right off the bat. It's really a good conversation today. This is a great show.
I mean, I know who I'm voting for come November. I know who I'm voting for come August because absentee ballots just dropped. And
I mean, you're going to Florida. Can't you just vote tomorrow?
What? When? What?
You guys just vote every day in Florida, don't you?
I don't fucking know. I ain't
Keep
been
some
there
ballots around, hanging around there. You know, that's what you guys do down there in Florida.
I mean, I know we got hanging chads. But no, I'm gonna pick up an absentee ballot, and I know I'm putting a vote in for Clack. No, I went to Saint Sick. She just had a really spicy pizza.
Oh yeah, I'm not sick.
Don't worry, she doesn't have the same dementia cold that Biden had last night. She knows where she's at least.
It's 1960 Sunday.
Oh man, have you heard his story about having black kids in the pool with him and they were amazed by his leg hairs?
Who said that?
Biden.
Not last night.
Not last night.
Oh, I was going to say, I know I would have threw the damn phone across the room.
If that had happened last night, I'd be like, all right, guys.
Like, wait a minute.
The 25th Amendment needs to come into play. This man needs to come out. Someone put Kamala in there now. And I'm not even a huge Kamala fan, but at least she knows where she's at.
Now, see, you know what? We're going to end it with this. Are you ready for a hot seat question? Just let me know, because if you're not ready for that,
I am ready question, as soon as I answer this.
Okay.
I do believe in complete U.S. isolationism in terms of military and many ways aid. I don't mind giving humanitarian aid because humans is humans, and we need to make sure that, since we have some, we give out. But I don't believe in military aid, and I do not believe in military interventionism. We don't need to be putting our soldiers in other people's businesses, for one, and for two, all it ever does is spirals out of control. I mean, you throw U.S. troops in there, and everyone who hates us from around the world goes in there, and it just makes a bigger problem for the people there just trying to live their lives and not die. So, yes, I am a huge advocate of U.S. isolationism.
Okay. Well, before we end the show today, I watch a lot of, I don't watch a lot of podcasts, but I watch a lot of, nationwide podcasts. I was watching this one this morning called The Bump. And one of the
I heard about that one.
Yeah, so one of the hosts on there, this lady by the name of Winters Hall, she made a statement. And she said that, in her opinion, she believed that most white men would vote for Trump because they would not want to see a black lady running America if something happened to Biden. What's your stance on that? And it's really not gonna. I'm really like.
So
I know you're not racist. Let me put that out there.
My vote for Trump has nothing to do with Kamala. She doesn't even enter the picture. Honestly.
Okay.
Now, if we take this matchup and say put Pence against Kamala, former VP versus VP.
Okay.
Those two both running for president, I'd have to take a closer look at them. She would get a real honest look at very least.
Really?
Compared to Pence, Mr. No Energy, kind of stare off into space, but not quite dementia, but looks like he has PTSD from looking at too many papers. Hell yeah.
I thought Pence was being held back from his full potential.
I mean, Vice President has no potential, to be honest with you. They're just a gopher and a tie casting vote or a tie breaking vote. That's their only power. I'm serious. That is the only power in the Constitution they have.
Bullshit. I'm gonna read it. Miss Gladys. Oh bullshit! I don't know if she was talking to me or you, but I'm using it for that one. Oh my God, they keep coming. They keep coming.
You
We're
believe that
trying
the
to get out of
US
here.
giving aid? No,
We could keep
of course
going.
we do not have good intentions when we give military aid. We expect to be paid back either in terms of favors, in terms of money, or in terms of global political clout, or we get to build a fucking military base there once it's all said and done. There is no such thing as good intentions of military aid.
What did I say? Pale face women put Trump in the first time.
Actually, the largest demographic for Democrat voters, especially hard liberal voters, are suburban white women.
Say that again.
The largest Democratic demographic, especially hard liberal, is suburban white women, especially the housewives who understand literally nothing about the outside, but they read articles. Hillary did not get my vote because she did something that would have gotten me or any of my friends thrown into Leavenworth for fucking life. A bio queen? I don't even know what a bio queen is.
I don't know, but I'm just up in the comments.
You're just going
Joe could not debate a liar. We couldn't either. Trump said the same thing over and over and didn't answer not one question.
I could debate a liar. That's easy enough. I just sit there and I lie back at him.
Is that what you think happened last night?
No, because Joe didn't know where he is at. I'm going to reiterate, Joe is not mentally there. I believe the president of the United States is a bit broken. And I honestly believe, in all seriousness, that having him run for president again is senior abuse. He needs to be at home spending time with his family in his glory years, in his final years, in his golden years, when his sun's setting.
Oh, Miss Gladys is loving you. That's right. That's why John Adams hated being the vice president for Washington.
Another part of why John Adams hated being the vice president is because the way we elected president and vice president back then was the first loser or second place automatically became vice president. Yeah. Bingo, 810. If anyone else would have done what Hillary Clinton did by having secure files on a private server, on a private computer, in a bathroom of all fucking places, on a private email server, and then tried to erase the mess or erase the evidence, if any service member had done that, we would have been put in Leavenworth for life, or we could have faced a firing squad. We don't even get lethal injection in the military. You get firing fucking squad, or you can be hung. Yep. People acting. No, he is definitely old as hell. And those golf championships that he says he won, I'm pretty sure he was going up against other geriatrics. Put him on the fucking course with Tiger Woods, and you'll see him lose that fucking championship in a heartbeat. I don't even know any other golfers' names, but I know Tiger Woods. Hell, and I think he's been on a downward slope lately. He'd still wipe the fucking course with Trump. Don't talk about no fucking championships unless you're PGA.
I bet you know that word, don't you?
What?
What is that?
Well, money.
Netanyahu.
That's the prime minister of Israel. And yes, he's trying to drag us into that war. And yes, I do not want to be in that war. I've seen enough of my friends and my friends' younger brothers and my friends' older brothers go over there and come back not the same or not come back at all. We don't need to be over there. All right, hold up. I want to see what Pony said. I mean, I'm answering just about everything that Winters puts up there.
And that kid, they are rolling through here like the end of the credits on a movie.
Once again, I'm libertarian, my friend. Which, if you guys want a good laugh, know that I'm libertarian and then go take a look at the libertarian presidential candidate and tell me that we are the same. By God. Yeah. And that's another thing. So the left, the Democrats, want Biden to interfere and stop Israel from waffle stomping, let's just say what it is, Palestine. And yet last night
Genocide.
he was bragging about the amount of aid given to Israel. Now, granted, Trump would still probably give the same amount of aid. I'm just saying Trump's base doesn't mind, whereas Biden's base heavily minds. I mean, it's when it comes to Israel and Palestine, it doesn't matter which one of those two you get in office, you're getting the same result. Biden said he would challenge Trump to a game of golf, but he'd have to carry his own bag. Yes, but I've seen Biden fall upstairs. So
I've seen him fall downstairs. I've seen him fall where it wasn't no damn stairs. Yeah, they got a whole video on YouTube of that man falling.
I mean, one is going to be fat, sweaty, out of breath, and not able to walk right, and the other one's going to be falling down every 20 feet. Yes, I screamed, "Lock her up." Where is that at?
I'm like, where are you going?
Tara. I screamed, "Lock her up," because, like I just said, everything she did would have had me and my friends in front of a firing line. And if we were extremely lucky, going to Fort Leavenworth and breaking big rocks into smaller rocks for the rest of our lives.
Chris Caleb, all of these want to be like Putin. Chris Carmichael.
Trumpville
totally
too.
Agree. Genocide.
I was making fun of him being fat and out of shape and probably having to set down his golf clubs every 5 minutes, being sweaty and stupid.
Trump would be sending missiles to Gaza.
Oh yeah, let's not forget that fucking glorious pier fell apart at the I mean, that one I blame the Navy for. The Navy needed to get their shit together and make that pier properly if they're going to do anything.
Yep. And groceries are expensive. Childcare costs are ridiculous. And our presidential candidates, ladies and gentlemen, are debating who can win a golf game. We are screwed.
Right. Hey, Tamia.
You got to go back and watch today's show. Today's show, Trevor's Rant, was probably the best show that I have seen him do.
Except for the one that I got in trouble for, probably.
Dang, you would be right.
Nah, Shardy, you were 100% correct there. We will find out in November. In all honesty, by next April, we will know, regardless of who wins, how fucked we are.
By next April? Why next April?
You have to let them get into office. And then you have to let them undo everything that, if it's Trump, he's going to have to undo everything that Biden did. Because it's Trump. He's going to do that same way Biden did to him. And if it's Biden,
they got to hide him.
Then it's going to be more of the same and see how bad we are. If it's Trump, we're going to see what the new direction is. So give him a few months to fuck up. By next April, we will see. Wow.
I can tell you a whole slew of differences. I've been around them both. Been around both.
No, that's fine, Eunice Jackson.
I've been around both. Shardy Shard, no tooth Jew is using this to no more. I think that the time because a whole bunch. I don't even know what that is.
So you want to know what the difference between myself and Judy is? Number one, I hold to my principles and my fucking ideals. I don't
want to know. Nobody, we all know, like, that was just a comment.
No, because I took that as direct disrespect and an insult.
Oh, I would too if she was my aunt. But, I mean, think of it this way. She's getting punished every day. She has to pull her tits up to put on her bra. You don't.
I don't have tits at all, but
I'm trying to make you smile here.
not from me, from Lintus. Wait, what? I'm trying to. No, that one actually put me in a bad mood.
What? I know. I didn't say it was no difference between him and Judy.
No.
What show you listening to, Eunice Jackson? Jackson was strange lately. Wondering what's going on here.
It's just pretty sad that
Oh, she want to hear the difference between me. Shit. For one thing, Trevor don't walk around using the N-word. Now, that's the biggest one of them all. Doug and Judy are sisters and brothers. I said it. That didn't get you in trouble, did I?
probably did, but it's not going to matter for too much longer anyway. Shit. She can keep her council seat for as long as, she isn't recalled.
It's a lot of difference. Trevor would give you, let me tell you something, what I know about Trevor. Trevor is not going to lie to you just to be your friend. Trevor is going to debate you on what he believes in, and he won't just follow the crowd like you see his aunt doing. Trevor will give you the shirt off of his back. If you need something, he's going to be there. If you call him, he's going to stop what he's doing, and he's going to come to your aid. And you know how I know? Because he's done all of those things for me. I cannot say the same thing about Judy. When I look at Judy up there on council, I see her following the crowd. I don't see her giving her anybody the shirt off of her back. She's giving people $25,000 to plant fucking willow trees. So that's giving the shirts off of other people's backs and putting them on other people's backs.
I don't know what the hugest difference is. I scream, rant, and rave about hating taxes, but she loves them.
And I don't get it.
I don't get it. How do you love taxes? I don't know a single person that loves taxes.
And that's it. To sum it up, Trevor is the real one. Period.
I'm a real period? All right.
Are we out of here today?
I think so.
We're out of here today.
See, even Shardy hates taxes.
Shardy, I hate taxes too. Do they got a lot of taxes in Florida?
No income tax, and I'm a disabled vet, so no property tax.
That's some shit.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of land? Because I can put me a little modular down there. They don't have no.
I'm buying a modular.
But they got hurricanes.
Yeah, I'm living far enough away from the coast.
So your stuff won't get blown
I'm gonna get hit by tropical storms while the rest of the coast is getting hit by a fucking Cat 5.
Why are you gonna hold the modular?
Anchored.
Okay, so if they run me and Mickey out of Flint, we can come down there on your land and put us some modular homes up.
Yeah, of course.
All right, that's all I need to know.
The weekends after noon, between noon and 6 or sunset, whichever is sooner, I'll probably be shooting.
What?
I'm making my own shooting range.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, like, it won't be alligators like walking around in your yard or nothing like that.
No, we're not in wetland.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Far away?
Yeah.
Bears?
No, not that far south.
Scorpions?
No.
Snakes?
Some.
I ain't coming. All right.
I mean, I'm gonna fortify my backyard. I'll do the same for yours. No snaky snakes.
You just be careful.
No, that last one, I can deal with gators. I'm fortifying my backyard against them and boars. I can deal with snakes. I can deal with hurricanes. That DeSantis fella, he just better not come to my land. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, gators and hurricanes and DeSantis sound wonderful.
Now, gator does sound wonderful because A, you get a gator skin purse. Mickey gets a gator skin computer case, and I get gator bites.
Hell, now make sure you find one. This makes you don't blow it apart with them big ass guns you got. Just shoot it like
one shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill. Because I Gator first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like leave a hole about the size of my pinky in it.
Yes.
And then I'll just make you a gator purse out of everything not with the hole in it. And then make you some shoes.
And a jacket.
We can make you a jacket. I have to find a big enough one.
Shit, let's go find some gators. We're out of here, guys.
See, Ronald knows what's up, and so does A10 Flint. Gator is fucking delicious.
Well, I gotta see Maurice say that. Where Maurice at? Maurice ain't said nothing about he was down there cooking no gators down there.
Now hold up. Meat freak. Gator is a meat. I know he knows how to cook gator.
Maurice is meat freak does not cook gators.
Man. Oklahoma State Super. Nope.
Maurice does not cook gators.
Gator nuggets. See, everyone's saying they'll eat gator.
Oh my God, y'all making me sick. Ain't nobody about to eat no gator. Y'all bet you gonna say it tastes like chicken.
No, it's got a very almost watery flavor.
Oh, Shardy didn't have it too. Don't want that. Bye, Miss Gladys.
Bye, Miss Gladys. All right.
All right. See y'all later. Have a good
Yeah,
one.
because now I'm doing the pee-pee dance. Yes, and I will cook it.
Oh yeah, he cook it. He makes some good gator wine.
I know my way around the kitchen, and I tell you what, I got a 400 square foot kitchen now.
Look at it. Shit. Did you get it fixed with some ARPA money? Okay, we out of here. See you later. We out.
You better hurry up.